thing happened to me. I've been robbed. They broke open this closet. See where they kicked the door open right here? They just came in and just knocked everything down. Just tore it all up. I called my sister Linda to come be with me. I'm just devastated that somebody could do this. I gotta show you in this room here. Turned all this stuff over. I mean, pulled out all these drawers, and I mean, they was in here a long time to be able to do this all over the house. It just don't make sense. Somebody broke in my house, tore my house up, and destroyed all my property. I've worked hard all my life, and I've never experienced anything like this. It's crazy. I mean,
it is. I mean, this don't even make sense. How would they feel somebody did this to their parents?
Right.
To their mother, their sister, or somebody? Robbie's too good to people for somebody to treat her like this. Anybody that know my sister Robbie know that they can come to her and ask for anything. You can get a job for Sweetie Pie. Why rob Sweetie Pie?
They just ransacked the whole house. So now they got me leery. I'm going to have to hire a security guard when I leave home. I got to get a new security system. I got to put a fence around my house. I don't know if your home has ever been broken into, but that's a terrible feeling. Somebody has invaded my privacy. They've been all through my things. They know everything in my house. I mean, it's a whole thing that happened in my life that's just really rocked my world. Whoever this was, they knew me. They knew I was gone. It's disgusting.
I know it's not much I can do, but at least I can.
I can use it. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. I don't know why this happened to me, but I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason, and I'm going to come back because I know I'm a child of God, and God don't like nobody messing with his children.
Hi guys. So I am here today because there has been an update with the Tim Norman murder for hire case against his nephew, Andre Montgomery. As Ms. Robbie stated here, like, have you ever had your property broken into or anything taken from you? That is such a betrayal. It's such a feeling that goes through your body, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I had nothing to the scale of her house or her loss there, but many years ago, I had my car broken into. Someone smashed the window and just ransacked my car, my glove compartment, my armrest. You keep stuff in there. I had a backpack in there with an autographed book. It was from a Carl Weber book, I believe. I had just saw him. Maybe it was Carl Weber or it was Mary B. Morrison? Mary Monroe. Anyway, I had an autographed book. I had went to a book signing the night before. I was so excited. I was going to take my book to work with me, show my coworkers, etc. So that morning I had just stuffed my purse. I thought I was being discreet about it, but I stuffed it underneath my driver's seat. Got out real quick, take my son in school. Probably was in there 3-4 minutes. I came back out, get in my car, and then I looked over to my passenger seat and I jumped back out of my car. That was just my instincts, because I noticed once I sat in the car that my driver's side window had been smashed. And my stuff was just everywhere. My backpack was gone. My purse was gone. And I hated the feeling. I just felt so violated. So on that, I totally understand the feeling. I felt so violated that I didn't even want to keep my car. I ended up trading it in. Maybe a crazy thing, but I did. So, to the thing about Miss Montgomery and there having been an update. I came here today just to share with you this update. On this update, I got it from the St. Louis Post, and I showed you that specific clip because in this update here, it is saying, so Tarika just had a bail hearing, or she had some kind of hearing of sort, which was denied. Tarika Ellis, her bail was denied, and she's facing transfer from Memphis to St. Louis, where she will continue to face the charges that she is facing. So, in this virtual, because it was a virtual thing, in this virtual court hearing, it states here that a Detective Thurman testimony publicly revealed for the first time that Andre Montgomery was a suspect in the theft of $200,000 from the home of his grandmother, Miss Robbie Montgomery. $200,000 in cash was stolen from her home. And I am assuming that the clip that I just showed you where her house was ramsacked is the theft that they are, or the theft burglary that they are referring to. I also recall when all of this news broke, I did immediately think about that theft, that episode where her house was broken into, and how she stated that whoever did it took their time. And then I'm just hearing her in this clip that that you just saw, where she said whoever did it had to have known her, knew that she was out of town at the time. So, yes, allegedly, Andre Montgomery was a suspect in that break-in and of a theft of $200,000 from his grandma's home. And so they believe that with him being that suspect is the reason that Tim put that bounty on Andre's head. $200,000, that is a lot of money to lose to anyone. And I hope Andre had nothing to do with it, but I don't know. We don't know. But even still, that was no reason for Tim to do what he did. Tim is not the judge. He's not the jury. He shouldn't have made that final decision. Death is something you just can't come back from. Tarika Ellis here told I just had to read it, so it made sense in my head. It says, detectives added that Norman's alleged accomplice, Tarika, told investigators she knew the theft made Norman's boys want to get up on Andre Montgomery. Norman, that's Tim, we know that. So what I gather from this is that because they suspected Andre of robbing Miss Montgomery, that Tim's boys, his homies, wanted to get up on Andre. They wanted to do something to him, which we know allegedly Andre was killed. So Thurman also testified that Thurman is the detective, and Norman, again, is Tim. So Thurman also testified that Norman offered Ellis $10,000 to secure Andre's location. Norman knew Ellis, a Memphis mother of two. Keep that in mind. Memphis mother of two, because she worked for a time as a dancer at the Metro East Strip Club, Bottoms Up. And the two also have previously had intimate relations. Details of the court proceedings were first reported by the Commercial Appeal in Memphis. So Ellis, we know from previous reports, was in debt. They stated that her accounts were overdrawn. She was maybe behind in some bills or something, I don't know. But we know that her bank accounts was in the negative. So Tim offered her $10,000 to secure Andre's location, right? And federal charge document says that we know that they both came to St. Louis the night before the murder took place. So Thurman, the detective, testified that the night of the shooting, Montgomery came outside of a building on Natural Bridge Avenue near Fairground Park to meet Ellis, who had texted him and bought him a pair of pants. The detective said investigators believe a third party then shot Montgomery, according to the prosecutors who confirmed the testimony. Ellis then left the area and returned home. So that's a new update per the prosecutors or this trial or this hearing that just took place. So they believe that, well, we know that Ellis called Andre out. As we heard previously, Montgomery had already said she thought whoever did it knew him because he would not have came outside for someone he didn't know, right? So the new allegation or suspected thing is that a third party shot Andre. So maybe it wasn't Tim that shot him. Perhaps it wasn't Ellis that shot him, but a third party. And that third party, we don't know. We also know that Tim was never able to collect on the insurance policy. We know that a third party has been arrested and charged, who is Wally, Nelly's former producer. So we have Tim arrested and charged. We have Tarika Ellis arrested and charged, and we have Wally Yagnam arrested and charged. So more than likely, or perhaps maybe, there'll be at least one more arrested and charged, and that will be the trigger person. Because I was wondering that, and I stated in a previous video, I wonder if she did the shooting or if she just called him out and then there was somebody else out there waiting that did the shooting. And now we're hearing that Andre possibly had something to do with that break-in where $200,000 in cash was stolen from the home of Miss Robbie Montgomery. It's all so sad, and I don't know. I personally don't think that gave Tim the right or reason to kill his nephew. If Miss Robbie wouldn't have wanted that. She would not have wanted that. Because now, not only have she lost her grandson, we know she's lost her oldest son many years ago, and she's lost Tim again. He did 10 years in prison before for armed robbery, and now he's more than likely going to be in there for the rest of his life now, based on these charges. So I can only imagine it being so hard for her. So we'll continue to pray for Miss Robbie and the rest of the family and friends. We'll continue to follow this case to see how it continues to develop. We're wishing the best, praying for strength for Miss Robbie to be able to just get through this all. That's up below. If she didn't know or wasn't aware of that, because that they never talked about in the show, that what was missing. They never stated on Welcome to Sweetie Pies, the series, that $200,000 were stolen from her home. I didn't know that prior to this update. I didn't know that Andre wasn't a suspect in that theft or the break-in of his grandma's home. And 4 years later, just after Andre's death, we're finding out that Tim set up murder for hire for his nephew. And now we know that this is possibly the reason why. Because Andre was a suspect in the theft of $200,000 from his grandma's home, which is Tim's mother. But we also know that Tim was in over his head and allegedly and owed lots of people money. We know from watching the show that he opened up so many restaurants, I think too fast, that he didn't give them a chance to grow and become what they could have been. He was just moving so fast. But these are all thoughts and opinions, and again, I got that update from the St. Louis Post. And let's continue to pray for Miss Robbie. Continue to pray for Chadwick Boseman's family. Wakanda forever. And please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching.